2 years ago, I reviewed the world's smallest controller for video games. It fits in this pocket on your jeans and connects to pretty much anything with Bluetooth on it, but it doesn't have enough buttons for most 3D games. Today, we're going to take a look at its big brother, the 8BitDo Lite 2. More buttons, more battery life, and more bopping things on the head. Before we get too far, I noticed that most of you who've been watching my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and I usually end up paying for the things I review out of my own pocket. Also, YouTube won't let me add chapter markers to my videos until I have at least 1,000 subscribers. So help me help you. Hit that subscribe button until it says subscribed, and encourage your friends to do the same. If you're already subscribed, you can also buy something from my Amazon wishlist at the link down below. Be sure to put your name and any social media handles in the note so I can mention you in the video where I review that item. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a glove for this unboxing, it's because I was injured in an unrelated incident. I'm going to make a full recovery, but my injury looks unsightly, and I didn't want to gross you guys out. Or violate YouTube's community guidelines for that matter. First thing I noticed with the Lite 2 was its size. I was hoping it would be maybe twice the size of the Zero 2, having just enough extra surface area to accommodate the additional sticks. It's actually closer to 3 times the size of the Zero 2. It will fit in a pocket, but it takes up almost the whole pocket, which doesn't leave enough room for my wallet, keys, and phone. Another problem is that it lacks official support for anything other than switches and Android devices. On the bright side, they do provide this convenient switch up here to switch between switch mode for switches and D-input mode for Android devices. How many times can I say switch in one sentence? This controller has 4 action buttons, A, B, X, and Y, a D-pad with 4 directions, up, down, left, and right, 2 additional face buttons, plus and minus, and the reason I bought this controller, 2 analog sticks, 1 on each side. Each analog stick has a full range of movement and can be pressed down like a button. Up top there are 2 shoulder buttons, L and R, and 2 triggers, LT and RT. Near the pairing button, you'll notice the charging port is USB Type-C. When you're not charging your Android phone or MacBook, you can use the same charger to charge your controller. Special buttons include a turbo button, which allows you to mash a button repeatedly simply by holding it, and this button. Apparently, this is actually the home button. I'm not sure what inspired 8BitDo to put it here or use this icon on it, which is normally used for a profile button on their other controllers. My guess is that official PC support was planned for this controller, but dropped at the last second. This theory is also supported by the fact that the 8BitDo Lite can be used as a wired controller. The manual suggests using an OTG adapter like this one to connect your controller to an Android device. If you've encountered a situation where this might actually be practical, please let us know about it in the comments down below. I can't think of one right now, but that doesn't mean one doesn't exist. Now that we've charged our new controller, we're going to pair it with the Kindle Fire tablet we modded earlier this year. To do this, we're going to go to Settings, Connected Devices, and once we have the controller in pairing mode, we're going to tap on Pair New Device, which will turn Bluetooth on for us automatically. But before we do that, we're going to turn the controller on by pressing the home button for 1 second. And a small green light will flash on the bottom. On the top of the controller, we're going to press and hold the pairing button for 3 seconds. And then this light will begin going from left to right. We're going to tap Pair. We're going to tap on 8BitDo Lite, the name of our device. Tap Pair to confirm. And there it is. The controller is paired. For any gaming setup, it is difficult to evaluate the real-world performance of its individual pieces because when one piece doesn't quite fit well with the others, the whole experience is degraded. In this case, the piece that didn't fit was one of the apps. Mupen64's default button mapping had the B button mapped to the X button. Other than that minor hiccup, I am happy to say that all the pieces fit together in this review just as well as they have in my other reviews of 8BitDo's controllers. The games I tested were well designed for their time and beyond. There is a reason they remain popular even after decades on the market. The tablet is reasonably priced, powerful enough to run these classic games, and is responsive to the controller's commands. And the controller itself is also reliable in maintaining its wireless connection. It features all the buttons I need and then some, its appearance is definitely eye-catching, and it actually felt really good in my hands. The textures on the entire controller and the feedback provided by the buttons and sticks actually made me want to go play some video games off camera after I finished taping. So if you want to rekindle your love of classic video games, this controller is for you. By the way, if you already have another 8BitDo controller, you can pair both controllers at the same time for two-player games. The only reason this two-player gameplay looks so terrible is because I'm having to use one hand for each controller. I didn't think playing with myself would be easy, but it turned out to be harder than I thought. Bottom line, if you have all three of the 8BitDo controllers I've reviewed so far, I'd recommend using them as follows. Put the Zero 2 in your pocket for when you're out and about, keep the Light 2 in your bag for break times at work or school, and leave the SN30 Pro at home for gaming on your smart TV. If you don't have any of these controllers yet, I'd suggest getting the Light 2 first. You can pair it with your phone or tablet when you're out, and pair it with your smart TV when you get home. After that, get the Zero 2 for the times when you don't have a bag, and consider the SN30 Pro when it's convenient.